Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, I did promise not a lot of readings this month, but I really did want to do a reading for the new moon. I don't know why. I've missed the last 2 months of new moons due to my schedule, but I feel like there's something special about this full moon, and I can't tell you why. Once I look at the astrology, I can sort of tell you why, but bear in mind, if you watch Minnow Pond, it's a really good channel, well worth going to watch. He live streams daily at 4 p.m. Eastern. It might be Pacific, but I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, look him up. He's a really good tarot reader, and he calls his astrology Chris's crappy astrology. I have not got such an alliterative name for mine yet. I did think of one, but I've forgotten it. I don't particularly want to go with Dee's Despicable Astrology or anything like that. But anyway, the astrology of this new moon is really interesting. But I have also, I have put a link in the description down below for Kesenya Moore's video this week about the new moon and about the whole week around it, the Sun trine Pluto and leading up to the new moon, which is a great time for making requests. Simple as that. Making requests of the universe. Now, I think that these will go on air on YouTube later than the peak of the Sun trine Pluto that she's talking about, but it doesn't mean that the energies have disappeared if you didn't know about them. It's you just have to put yourself in that Monday frame of mind, but specifically this Monday as I'm filming this right now. So it's a general reading. It's a general reading this time by element, due to time considerations. My apologies. So being a general reading rules apply, you know, timing's far from absolute. If someone else appears in the reading, I can get the who is who mixed up. Roles can be reversed, as they say, but basically the cards don't come with name tags. Timing is not absolute. In a way, Chris Witecki on his show was saying that the Virgo season defines the rest of the year that's going along. I mean, we have those definition points all the time on certain specific items, but the Virgo season helps define certainly the rest of, well, the academic year, you know, if nothing else. Like I say, it will be by element, and my brain has just gone blank. So there'll be a timestamp. That's what I was going to say. There will be a timestamp down below for you to fast forward to the reading if you're one of these people that wants to watch more than one element. Because again, I would say watch your sun, your moon and your rising signs. Obviously your moon, obviously your sun, and really obviously your rising sign, because it was the most important one in ancient astrology. So if you happen to be one of those people who have a different element for each sign, well, you've got a lot of watching to do. But let me dive first into the symbols for this degree. This new moon, occurring on the 17th, is occurring at 25 degrees Virgo. Now, the Chandra symbol for this is an old man counting gold coins. Now, when I saw that, to start off with, I was like, that's nowhere near as... You've heard me in some of my degree readings or some of my other moon readings when I've gone into the degree, and it's been a beautiful and intricate image. But then again, on second thought, so is this one. An old man has a lot of experience. We are talking about the moon conjunct the sun. And the gold coins can certainly represent the sun. They can represent achievements. Gold, if you subscribe to all the tales about the Anunnaki and all of that sort of thing, or monatomic gold, gold can be used to elevate your spiritual vibration. So there's a lot of symbolism implicit in there. Now, all the astrologers are talking about this being a time now for making plans. Despite Mars retrograde that's going on, So it's not maybe a time immediately for enacting on those plans, but it is a time for setting those plans. And I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and this is how I'm going to do it. And if that happens, I've got that contingency plan. But they're not really talking about contingency plans so much as just plans. Now, the interpretation of this image is getting your bearings, determining your limits. I mean, let's face it, we've got all that Capricorn energy going on. Finding a reality fix. Now, I love that image, finding a reality fix, because, yeah, we could do with a reality fix, maybe a reality plumber, electrician, fireman. You know, we could do with quite a lot of reality fixing at the moment. So making sure that everything is there, checking out the manifest details over and again, coming down to earth and becoming sober and straight and clear. You are overwhelmingly convinced that there must come this cleaning up and clearing up. Sick and tired of the pretense and hype, hungry to get down to basics, and somewhat hooked on the quantitative intelligence. Blurring distinctions, intent upon being viable, correct, and self-sufficient. If all these things are taken up with a twinkle of humour, they are digestible. But if they become self-serious and a little too proper, they are deadly and sickening. You learn to throw off the attitude and cleave to the substance of getting things right, unapologetically and steadfastly. And, by the sound of that, hopefully with a smile on your face, otherwise it could all go wrong. Now, it's really interesting, this, I've just even noticed this in the interpretation, this coming down to earth and becoming sober and straight and clear. Because if I then click on to my new moon aspects, I notice that the moon is both counter-parallel Neptune and in opposition to Neptune. It's not a huge opposition, it's nearly 6 degrees orb, and it's leaving, but the moon has just come from an opposition of Neptune, and the counter-parallel, where's, I know it exists, where can I see it? That's within 1 1/3 degrees of orb. So it really is positioning itself opposite that Neptune in Pisces, which, as we know, can be great for spirituality and also fantastic for delusions and disappearing up your own backside with how you think the world is, and you know, the perfect definition of a political echo chamber. The other thing is that the moon is parallel to everything that's going on in Aries. Now, it's quincunx Aries, so it's applying quincunx specifically by degree rather than just by sign to Lilith, showing a misunderstanding of Lilith's battle, I think would be a good way to put it. I don't want to dive too much into that one because I'm likely to say something wrong, and that will be Dee's crappy astrology. But it's parallel to Lilith, Chiron. Now there it's showing a point of tension and a point of misunderstanding with the wounds stroke the healing that you are receiving. And maybe with Chiron, with instruction that you are receiving, because this full moon is also square both the north and south node. And if I remember correctly, it is square the galactic center. I know I wrote that down somewhere. So moon... yeah, it's square the galactic center by 1 degree. So the way I interpret that, bear in mind, I am not an astrologer, but the way I interpret that is, for this new moon, we're on our own. Loads of the planets are stationary right now. Saturn is barely moving a degree this month. Pluto is barely moving a degree this month. Mars has just turned retrograde, so it's not really moving very fast yet. So everything's on hold. Everything's standing back. You're on your own. And in a way, that's quite beautiful. It's we are not being pushed or pulled in any particular direction. We're being put in this. I suppose you could say that we ourselves are void of course, if you know what the moon void of course is. The moon is not void. The moon is not void at all. It is coming off of a trine with Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn. Let me see, they are separating, aren't they? So it's stepping away from having a harmonious relationship with that whole Capricorn cluster, Capricorn council, whatever you want to call it. It's had several names on the astrology videos. Not all of them polite, but it's almost like walking away from the restrictions, walking away from in your feelings, walking away from everything that's being hoisted upon us at the moment, to just have a moment in space and go, okay, what am I going to do? Now, you're not going to get to do it now necessarily, but it's a beautiful time to sit and work out what you are going to do. Now, of course, I have a link down there to the Facebook page for this channel, page, group, channel. I get confused with all the different labels, but so for the Facebook page for this channel, now obviously I post these videos, so if you are finding the change in YouTube's notifications as annoying as I have, or as I am, then there's a good place to find it. Also, I post all the astrology videos that are like weather reports and discussing what's going on in the skies at the moment that I find. And sometimes I post other readers, so come and join the Facebook fun. It's always good to receive the odd comment or two. Well, I say this page has been running for a year. I think I've had 2 comments on it. So if you are there on my Facebook page, because there's at least 100 of you, say hello. And there's a link also down there for AstroSeek, which is where you can get yourself a free birth chart. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about your moon and your rising sign, you need your place and your time of birth as well as your date. And then you can work out what's coming over the horizon. That's your rising sign, where the moon was, get all those details. But I imagine if you're watching one of my videos, you already know all of that stuff, so I'll shut up about it. Now, the other thing is the Sabian symbol for this degree, which I'm on completely the wrong page of my little notepad. Bear with me. Now, the Sabian symbol for 25 to 26 degrees Virgo is a boy with a censer serves the priest near the altar. Now, if you look into ritual tradition, the whole purpose of the censer is to hold frankincense, which is to raise the vibration, clear away negative energies, but normally there's something else will do that first. And the frankincense is there to raise the vibration up, to help the priest link into the divine. That's where that tradition of the censer comes from. So that boy is doing an incredibly important job. He may not be the person that the spotlight is on, but he would be missed if he wasn't there. So I really like that idea of the, again, it's clearing. What was it that the Chandra symbol said? It was, you are overwhelmingly convinced that there must come this cleaning up and clearing up. And I must admit, I've been going around doing a bit of spring cleaning. Okay, it's a bit late for spring. But there is that feel in the air of, don't need that no more. Don't need that no more. Need to get rid of that. Need to put that in its proper place. Let's go and sort my filing out so I know where everything is when I need it. All those sort of, not I've had the time to do it, but that's what, you know, piles have been shifting around my house to different shelves. Let's put it that way. So in summary, I've probably waffled too much. Yeah, 14 minutes in. Let's get on with the card reading. Oh, and plus that Facebook link. I also put my Linktree link down below, but that Facebook page, there's an inbox there. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, then October, I have a lot more time, and you can also expect to see a lot more videos. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I'll bring up the cards. So, fire signs: Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. You'll see that it's a different reading to what I tend to do normally. Again, it's this whole feeling of planning that I wanted to cover. And it looks like you're having the opportunity to plan and to bring out some form of depth within you. We start from the saints and mystics with Confucius, who's a well-known source of wisdom, and very much about leading the virtuous path. And that's really interesting, since from the Isis oracle straight after, we have the power over 7 scorpions, which is the power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Now, what it's actually saying in the book, where have I put it? There's a passage in the book I want to read from this. It's, you are being initiated into the magic of conjuring to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. Again, you can immediately see that influence of Confucius there. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. So it's almost like you're got the chance of putting paid to things. Oh, my camera's going a bit crazy. And so again, there's that image of clearing things up, because it's almost like you want to clear things out of the way to see what is within. We have from the Foxfire Oracle, the richness within, which I think is, I don't know what's happening with my extra camera. Let's see if it will focus on this. No. Behave? Right, there you go. We have this, the richness within. It's almost, you are clearing things out of the way to give yourself the freedom to truly express your own determination, your own focus forward. Because Tai Chi Rising from the Kuan Yin Oracle is talking about you are being given a boost to your energy field, so that your energy field is getting larger, so that you can have a greater effect on the world around you by the plans that you lay right now, because that was my question. And that is a beautiful thing when coupled with this power over 7 scorpions. So if you are making judgments of what you are going to do with compassion, with the, I don't know what's going on with my camera, with compassion, with that sense of doing what's right, both for you and for the world around you, then pretty much you are guaranteed some form of success. From the, what's it called? Sacred Spirit Oracle, the Third Eye Vision, card number 36, Reclaim Your Mind. Again speaks to itself, again speaks to the idea of finding your own personal truth and shining it out into the world. We have from the Fallen Angel Oracle deck, Aries. Now, Aries is a teacher, and he carries the caduceus. Let me read. Here we are. Doesn't say a lot in this book, but like I say, I'm well aware that Aries is a teacher. Aries' totem beast is the lion, thinking of Leo, and there we have the sun right beneath it. So again, there's that message with power over 7 scorpions, with Aries, and finishing here at the bottom with the Sun card. I'm so sorry about my other camera. I don't know what is happening with it. With this Sun card, that there is joy to be had, and there is, well, I'm wanting to say like a harvest, but it's not a harvest in the way that the Empress is a harvest, although it can indicate abundance, but more to the point, it indicates being fed the energy to create that harvest. The grain will not grow unless the sun is shining. You know, no sun, no life, as I think Kesenya Moore pointed out in her reading, in her video. And no sun, no life. But we are finishing with the sun if you are making a choice after the information that you have taken on board, because there is this whole new beginning, whole change of attitude, or whole change of plans coming for you. So this is not one of my, I mean, yeah, it's a tarot reader saying you've got a new beginning, but that every week is a new beginning. This particular new beginning, where you can have a lot of force with, is by doing the right thing for yourself and for others, coming to somewhere better, planning yourself, getting to a platform where you can surge forward, like I say, planning. And if you are adhering to, you know, what is right and what is just and what is virtuous, let's have a look what they say about Confucius. If you are adhering to that, then you will see just returns with from your plans. So yeah, this is a long-term reading here. This is not just this ain't something that will be finished in like 2 weeks time or anything like that. So here I can clearly see that what Chris Witecki was saying about how this Virgo season very much, that stopped the, I'll just hold a book here, that'll obviously stop it from misbehaving, that it will define the feeling of the following 12 months, the following year, or certainly the following academic year, which is maybe that little bit shorter. So Confucius shows that we are teachable, improvable, and able to reach spiritual perfection through communal endeavour and personal vulnerability. It's time to connect and unlock the wise sage deeply rooted within, for the wisdom you seek also seeks you, as we have with Aries here being, like I say, that teacher figure coming in. But you are expanding your energy field and your insight in this process as well. So quite possibly you'll be meeting up with like minds. Spiritually, he connects with the higher chakras. This is all about information coming in. But as we said with this new moon, you've had the information come in and you will have more information. But this, look at this Page of Swords card. She's being carried along by floating light bulbs. So again, indicating thought, indicating the ideas while reading a book, but also while balancing on the sword as she uses it as a bridge to cross a crevasse. There is determination in her movements, and she is always remaining open to all the information that comes in. But she's being carried along by ideas that she already possessed. But it's still her feet that's moving her forward. So what I'm saying with this is, right now, for you to plan, you have all the information that you need. Now you've just got to decide what the right thing to do is. And although I do mean what the right thing for you to do is, I also mean what the right thing for you to do for you, in the reflection of it just being the right thing, full stop. But we remember with this new moon, we are clearing away a lot of illusions, or even just shutting our ears to some of the illusions that are going on. So if you've got a TV TV news going on, there might be a point of going, la, 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 not listening. I don't entirely support that point of view. You should listen to what they say and then work out why they're saying it, you know. But a lot of people talk a lot of nonsense on the news. We will see what agenda is what as you go. But this is what we're saying here, is that you're getting an insight into that, and you're getting an expansion of the field that you are able to connect to. And with Aries carrying that caduceus, there is that sense of healing, not by actively trying to heal. I'm healing now, I'm working on this issue, I'm working on this wound, I'm working on this. No, it's like, go and do what you were supposed to have come here to do, and you'll feel all the much better for it. And that is, the healing is more of an incidental, but there's a lot of study here, but there's a lot of, there's a macabre right in the centre of that Lover's card. That's interesting, between their brow chakras. Again, indicating energy coming in, otherworldly guidance. Spirit certainly has its eye on you, trying to... But again, what I want to say is, I feel that Spirit has stepped back. So it's guidance that you have received. The Lover's card is a choice. So that information that has already come in, time for you to act on it. Time for you to go, okay, I know how I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to move forward strongly. Carefully, but strongly. And you just watch the world do what I need it to do for me to get where I need to be. And this looks like it's going to be the only video I'm going to do today, if this phone keeps doing this. My phone is my second camera. It doesn't seem happy today at all. I think it's too warm. In the meantime, Aries, and Leo and Sag, sorry, I'm so used to just saying, in the meantime, fire people. Comment down below if this means anything to you. Really, is an oracle card reading. It isn't so much... let me change cameras, that's annoying me. It isn't so much that it's predictive. It isn't so much that it is describing a situation that is going on for you. This is very much a situation that you choose, that you grasp with both hands and use these energies to their utmost. Their utmost what? I can't think, but just to their utmost. Okay? Have fun, fire. See you later.